Hello once again. I am Loretta Huber from Eurecons in Germany, and we will speak today about ethics, part 3, work ethics, data and information security. The slides and the presentation was prepared within this virtual Internship Academy project. No, you know what? Stop. Can we stop?
Yeah, sure.
I think I shouldn't be saying what it was, because with the first presentation I needed to say, but now you will construct with...
yes, with the others.
Okay, once again, delete it and... Okay.
Yes, fine, no worries.
Okay, sorry.
You can just start when you are ready.
Yes, you are recording, okay. Hello again. So I'm happy to go on with ethics, part 3. And today we will concentrate on work ethics, specifically data and information security. So the design of this part 3 is the following one. We will repeat the fundamental principles of business ethics that you have learned already about work ethics and productivity, types of business ethics. And in this part, you will learn about technical morality or technological ethics. Why is data protection needed? GDPR and data protection principles that are of core importance in today's world, data privacy ethics and protection when working online. So let us repeat what you have learned, the fundamental principles of business ethics. And here you see that principles of business ethics comprise of universal values, conscience, rationality, publicity, communicability, purity, cooperation, and humanity. You also know that work ethics and productivity go hand in hand. You could remember from other presentation about intercultural teamwork that how important it is to keep to work ethics in intercultural teams. You already understand the importance of work ethics and the impact it has on your career and college decisions and performance. So work ethics, to put it in 7 points, 7 steps, means showing up regularly. It may sound rather strange, but regretfully, not everybody shows up regularly. Arriving on time, ready to work, listening to and following instructions, willingness to learn, learning attitude, performing quality work, not versus going through the emotions. Yes, displaying a positive can-do attitude and completing work in a timely fashion. So these rules apply when we have contact mode of internship. Since we are speaking about virtual internship academy, virtual internship, we have to speak also about technical morality or technological ethics. Answer the following questions, please. Take time to think about what is technical morality or technological ethics? Why should we care about technology ethics? And how is technical ethics connected with your internship? Take several minutes, please. Okay, so what is technical morality or technological ethics? I'm absolutely sure that the majority of you know the answer. Ethics in technology refers to moral principles that govern how technologies should be used. These principles include accountability, digital rights, privacy, freedom, data protection, online behavior, and more. As new technologies become available, ethical issues are raised in an attempt to ensure that these have a positive impact on the human race and the environment. The second question was, why should we care about technology ethics? And I am also sure that the majority of you took time to think or find the information that with the implementation of new technology comes an ethical duty. And it's important that the intern who will be taking up future jobs has a sound understanding of her ethical responsibilities. Just an example for you, we will be going through GDPR rules and privacy, but how many of you have heard about the right to be forgotten? Each day we share information. Each day somebody else shares information about us, maybe via social media, maybe some publications or some tags. Google, only this platform at the moment, but they have such an opportunity. You can fill out a request to be forgotten, which means that all the information could be deleted, your personal information. So it is important to know these aspects, and virtual internship, sometimes called a remote internship or an online internship, is an internship program which does not require physical presence to participate. Once again, I'm stressing it. Yes, so a virtual internship may be perfect for jobs where all work is completed online. Nevertheless, here we face many risks. In this case, technological ethics, information security, and data protection are of core importance. So what is data protection? The majority of us, we search internet for different information, and we see cookie policy, and we have to accept, we have the right to accept only the selected ones, or we can deny. Have you thought what happens when you click accept all? When you click accept all, it means that you give all your personal data. So for this not to happen, this data protection law was designed. So data protection is commonly defined as the law to protect your personal data. And nevertheless, in spite of the increasing recognition and awareness of data protection and the right to privacy across the world, there is still a lack of legal, institutional frameworks, processes, and infrastructure to support the protection of data and privacy rights. This is really so, but at the same time, the increasing volume and use of personal data, together with the emergence of technologies enabling new ways of processing and using it, means that regulating an effective data protection framework is more important than ever. And here Steve Jobs comes to help us, who claimed that technology is nothing. What is important, that you have a faith in people, that they are basically good and smart, and if you give them tools, they'll do wonderful things with them. So technologies are only tools, but ethics is important. So data protection, is it a right? Most probably you must have realized that this is a right. And since the 25th of May, 2018, the General Data Protection Regulation, this miraculous abbreviation acronym GDPR, governs the processing of personal data within the European Union. Data privacy might not be your favorite subject, but complying with the rules is of utmost importance. It is necessary now to speak about the essence of GDPR and a must that any company has to do or to apply when hiring an intern. So GDPR is intended to strengthen and unify data protection law in the digital age. It means that any organization, any large or small, processing or controlling data in the European Union must comply with the legislation which will be transposed into the national laws of each member state. So what is a must for a company in this case when signing an agreement for an online internship with an intern? Number one, revised data transfer and sharing agreements. So interns should know that and companies should know that. Train your employees to handle data appropriately. From customer support service to human resource staff up to the strategic intelligence unit, all employees must understand some basic lessons about information security and data subject rights contained in GDPR. So we have to speak about data protection officer, compliance, data breaches, and personal data. I'm not so sure whether you have ever thought what personal data is, so that's why I collected several examples what personal data is. A name and a surname, this is personal data, a home address, an email address such as name and surname plus company @company.com, an identification card number, location data. For example, the location data function on a mobile phone is also personal data. An internet protocol, or in other words, IP address, a cookie ID, the advertising identifier on your phone, data held by hospital or doctor, which could be a symbol that uniquely identifies a person. These are all examples of personal data. So GDPR, when we delve deeper into GDPR, we find 6 data protection principles. I will not cover all of them, but only enumerate them. That number 1 is lawfulness, fairness, and transparency. Number 2, purpose limitation. Number 3, data minimization. Number 4, accuracy. Number 5, storage limitation. And number 6, integrity and confidentiality. This is security, and this is the only principle that deals explicitly with security. This should include protection against unauthorized or unlawful processing, destruction, and damage. Appropriate technical or organizational measures are to be taken in order to comply with this requirement. Such data security measures can include the use of encryption and authentication and authorization mechanisms. When you work remotely, so keeping sensitive personal data encrypted is much easier in an office, but maintain server security and monitor your network. First, all devices that you use for work, including your work phone, should be encrypted. Then encryption software logs down files and folders so that unauthorized users can't view the data even if they manage to get into the machine. As an intern, you should also use a corporate virtual private network, VPN, to limit access to your sensitive data. By encrypting your data and using your corporate VPN, you will significantly decrease the likelihood of these being a massive data breach. Privacy is like a social contract or a mutually beneficial agreement within a community about how information is used and shared. And it suggests that tactics to address online privacy expectations should be dependent on the context and exchange. Naturally enough, Richard Clarke claimed that if you spend more on coffee than on IT security, you will definitely be hacked. So here I prepared a list of tips and advice that could be useful speaking about data protection, security, and privacy. Passwords should not be written down and left in convenient places. Passwords should not be shared amongst colleagues. Never do that, please. And if you do, for some reasons, change them. And unexpected email attachments should not be opened unless first screened by antivirus software. Further, make sure your devices are turned off, locked, or stored carefully when not in use. Use effective access control, such as multi-factor authentication and strong passwords. And where available, encryption to restrict access to the device and to reduce the risk of it if a device is stolen or misplaced. Take extra care that devices such as USBs, phones, laptops, or tablets are not lost or misplaced. Make sure that any device has the necessary updates, such as operating system updates and software antivirus updates. Ultimately, ensure your computer, laptop, or device is used in a safe location, for example, where you can keep sight of it and minimize who else can view the screen, particularly if working with sensitive personal data. It is also important to remember that you need to lock your device if you do have to leave it unattended for any reason. Make sure your devices are turned off, locked, or stored carefully when not in use. Maybe some of you even remember some funny misunderstandings when you left your computer or your device and some friend, for the reasons or for the purpose of fun, shared some information about you. So make sure your devices are turned off or locked. Use effective access controls, such as multi-factor authentication and strong passwords. There is a tendency that people use the same passwords for all 10 websites, for example, connecting there and there and there. You are strongly recommended not to do that. And where available, encryption to restrict access to the device and to reduce the risk if a device is stolen or misplaced. In addition, when you work online as an intern, you have your practice as an intern, use work email accounts rather than personal ones for work-related emails involving personal data. If you have to use personal email, make sure contents and attachments are encrypted and avoid using personal or confidential data in subject lines. Before sending an email, ensure you are sending it to the correct recipient, particularly for emails involving large amounts of personal data or sensitive personal data. Do not allow all receivers identify other email addresses with personal data indicated. In the majority of cases, when you work as an intern in a company, sending emails, if you use work email account, I'm sure the program will restrict it, and the program will double check or give you a warning that all recipients will see personal data. Are you sure you want to send this email? So if you need to read more, if you want to learn more, you can consult all these sources about European data protection laws and regulations, work ethics, and I wish you big success. Thank you for watching.